What up, guys? It's your boy Blackrue back with another video. Before I get started, let's cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's go. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue investing. Best believe I was Blackrue investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue investing. Best believe I was Blackrue investing.
That Indigo Saint gets me hype every time. My man Indigo. What's up, guys? Coming to you on a Sunday night. About 25 minutes late here, but we in here. We in here. Let's share the screen right quick. So, US crypto misdirection is absolutely comical. It is so comical at this point. But by the way, guys, I'm going to be posting certain stuff up on Apple and Google Podcasts. You can catch Blackrue Investing there. You can catch Crypto and Conspiracy there. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to these if you haven't already. Of course, both shows are best viewed. Both shows are best viewed. But you can listen to them here on Apple and Google Podcasts. I think I have some other podcast places on there as well. But definitely Blackrue Investing you can view here on YouTube, and Crypto and Conspiracy you can view on Rockfin. Most of the stuff to view on Rockfin will be paid. You'll have to have a little like subscription for that. But I did want to make it like free for people. So most of the Rockfin stuff, or all of the Rockfin stuff, will be free on Apple and Google Podcasts. We got a big collaboration with that coming up next week. This week coming up, Money and the Tree of Good and Evil. We're finally going to do that. So definitely be on the lookout for that podcast. I definitely think you guys should subscribe there. What's up, Stacking Satoshis? What's up? So, yes, this has been comical, this whole US FUD. We're going to get just straight into it right here. The US FUD here. So, US crypto regulation. US Treasury statement on DeFi emphasizes anti-money laundering. Are we absolutely? Are we? This is just so comical. The United States Treasury Department has some strong words to share in its risk assessment on decentralized finance, also known as DeFi, as it also seeks to start a conversation on the industry guidance. So here's another article where they say U.S. Treasury warns DeFi is used by North Korea scammers to launder dirty money. It's so comical. Okay, and it's comical in multiple ways. So, by the way, FTX, right? Look up some of the stuff that FTX was involved in with the Ukraine, and you'll understand how comical it is that they're invoking the name of North Korea and money laundering. When you look at what was going on with FTX, who was meeting with Gary Gensler, by the way, the SEC chair. And you can find that information, a Ukrainian connection, on my Crypto and Conspiracy podcast. I have a show up on that. Definitely take a listen to that, but you can also find the visual version on Rockfin. Absolutely comical. Okay. And if that's not comedy enough, the US Treasury Department where are we here? The U.S. Treasury Department has constant connections to BlackRock. Okay, Biden ties to BlackRock deepen with latest Treasury hire. Two Biden aides will rescue or recuse on BlackRock issues because they have to recuse themselves because they're related. They're with BlackRock. Biden ties to BlackRock deepen with his latest Treasury hire. Now, I just want you to know, Trump had uh, BlackRock people on the Treasury as well, and before Trump, Obama had BlackRock people on the Treasury, the US Treasury. So it does not matter who is president. BlackRock has people on the US Treasury. Like we could go all the way back, and I'm sure I assure you, Trump did too. Trump, Biden, and people before them. So BlackRock's the real ruler of the US Treasury. And what did BlackRock say? BlackRock said tokenization and DeFi will lead the way here. They're big into that. Where is it? Here, let me pull that article up. Tokenization. I think it was JP Morgan with the tokenization, actually. But JP Morgan and BlackRock are big buddies. You can see here BlackRock increased its position in JP Morgan, but we can just look at this article here. And of course, you also saw, guys, how I showed you Monty Metzger of LCX says that, LCX is going to get involved in DeFi, right? And what is LCX? LCX is an exchange, but it's also a member of the World Economic Forum. And how does that relate to BlackRock, you might ask? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink sits on the board of advisors of the WEF. So all of this is comical. Oh, there it is. JP Morgan wants to bring trillions of dollars of tokenized assets to DeFi. And this is from CoinDesk, people who should know, right? So while they're saying one thing, what's really happening is money is actually flowing into DeFi. So articles like this just make me more bullish on DeFi, right? Just makes me way more bullish on DeFi. Let's see here. I'm sorry, something's freezing up here. Hold on 1 second. Oh man, I hope this doesn't mess up our stream because this is frozen right now. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh, all that time was I not sharing? Okay, let me see here. My apologies, y'all. It's probably best I wasn't sharing because the screen was frozen anyway. Could have sworn I clicked that button. Okay. So what's up, Stan? What's up, E? What's up, Stacking Satoshis? So let me get back here. Rockfin, we are on the Rockfin. Or did that die? No, it didn't. Perfect. Okay. So just like I was sharing here with you guys, crypto regulation, U.S. Treasury statement on DeFi emphasizes anti-money laundering rules. Again, and we read the first part of this article. They say that they want to begin risk assessment on DeFi. And then you go to this article where they evoke the name of the big bag North Korea. And they say U.S. Treasury warns DeFi is used by North Korean scammers to launder dirty money. When, again, check out my episode on crypto and conspiracy, and you'll hear FTX's connections to Ukraine and what they were doing with FTX in the Ukraine. And then you'll hear something about this whole laundering of dirty money. All right. And we just showed here how U.S. Treasury, it has deep ties to BlackRock. BlackRock has deep ties to World Economic Forum and all of the people from the World Economic Forum, all of these different articles that say, hey, JP Morgan, frequent BlackRock contributor and co-conspirator, if you will, wants to bring trillions of dollars of tokenized assets to DeFi. So this whole yelling coming out and all this different stuff is misdirection in my part. Comical misdirection. Okay. So this just makes me even more bullish on DeFi. Okay. Yeah, it just makes me more bullish on DeFi. And we got a big week coming up because remember, guys, the solar eclipse is coming up on the 20th. So we got about 11 days until this happens. Maybe we have bullish energy throughout that time. But remember also, after the solar eclipse on the 20th, coming right up here in May, there's going to be a lunar eclipse on the 5th. So it might be bullish for these 2 weeks, but then after that, the lunar eclipse usually brings it down. So, make whatever choice you want, but just know those two things, okay? Yeah, so before we move on, let's look and see who's in the comments here. Question: I joined the Patreon. How do I get the list that the Patreon is investing in? I text you about it. Oh, my bad. You should be getting it, E. I just sent out one today. It should notify you via email when that list comes out. I'll talk to you some more about it in Telegram, and we'll get that figured out. Just let me know, because it's supposed to send out a list to everybody on my Patreon. Okay. All right. Perfect. And be sure to check some of the past weeks in there. By the way, anybody who's interested in the Patreon, I might not have put it in this description, but it's in the description of the last video. Less than a cup of coffee. Shout out, we just had 2 more people sign up for the Patreon. So it's just a great deal, guys. Less than a cup of coffee, weekly watch lists. Who can beat that, man? Let's see here. Stan, did Steve Jobs create BTC? No, I really think Hal Finney. I think Hal Finney created BTC. Many of the protocols make promises in their white papers. Which protocols are the closest to meeting expectations on their roadmaps? Well, that's one way of looking at things. The way I tend to look at things, I probably need to put out a book for this, but that'll happen when it happens. I try to look at things in sectors, and I try to look at things by like who's partnered with who. If somebody's partnered with Visa, right? Visa has a lot of money in this realm. They're probably going to do good. Somebody's partnered with the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum has world-changing money in this realm. They're probably going to do good. So anybody who's partnered with great partners with big money bags, those are the people I'm looking out for. And I'm looking for sectors that are possibly hot or on the verge of being hot or have bottomed. Okay. And we talked about that a little bit on Sunday Saturday and Thursday. So if you hadn't catch those, I can't talk today. If you have not caught those shows, we talked about boring bottoms over chasing the hot sector. Check that out. And the one we did on Thursday, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but we were talking about payment cryptos. And those are one of those boring sectors right now that hasn't really moved much, but has a lot of room for growth. We also talked about doubling. Okay. So, like one that we frequently mention on here, top 10 crypto, XRP, right? They're partnered with the World Economic Forum. They're partnered also with Bank of America. And they said they're going to cement that partnership as soon as this case is over, which is looking pretty likely it'll be over by the summer. There's a lot of things to believe that the case is going to be over soon, especially with Fed Now and all these different possible CBDC things coming online. Fed Now came online. ISO 20022 came online. XRP has like a former, like Rosie Rios, who's connected with XRP. I think she was like US Treasury or something like that. She's a real big name. Like there's so many major partnerships with XRP. Like there's a lot of people invested in this doing well. LCX, for instance, member of the World Economic Forum, partnered up with Cello, partnered up with Hedera, partnered up with Quant, again with the whole like ISO 20022 cryptos. And on that note, that leads me to something else that's kind of comical too. So I was checking this out today. We mentioned this on Saturday. We were talking about Veil, right? So I found an article from 2020, and keep those questions coming, guys. We'll get to those as well. But here's an article from Velo's Medium. Velo Labs, Lightnet Group, and Visa work to develop payment solutions in Asia. And this is from November 29, 2020. This tells me two big things, maybe one big thing, but I think it's two. That the powers that be knew that BRICS nations were going to be a thing. So look, Velo Labs and Visa are working together to develop payment solutions in Asia, one of the biggest BRICS countries, right? By Asia, I'm assuming they mean mostly China, right? Because you could call India Asia as well. Some people think of India as Asia, but I'm gonna assume by Asia they mostly mean China. And we know the digital yuan is now going to be used for trade with Brazil, with Russia. U.S. dollar is no longer going to be the go-between money for them anymore. And this was done in 2020, guys. And then Visa, a big company like Visa, who, by the way, Berkshire Hathaway has a share of Visa, right? And you always hear Charlie Munger talking about crypto in a real negative light. But here it is. Visa's teamed up with Velo Labs, right? Right? So to me, it's like a whole bunch of misdirection. But if you look a little closer with the magnifying glass, you see crypto's here to stay. And regardless of whether they do something with it here in America or not, the rest of the world is moving very, very fast with crypto, and stuff going on over here in America, to me, is mostly misdirection. Because when you look at the Visas of the world, you look at the Stellars of the world, you look at the Ripples of the world, a lot of moves are happening behind the scenes with these. And they're getting into place to set up all that ISO framework. And sooner or later, they're just going to turn it on. And people who were skeptical about crypto are just going to be like, oh, I thought it was bad. While we and our families are going to be doing pretty nice. Now, part of that's going to be you're probably going to have to invest in a lot of cryptos that might be doing really good with BRICS nations like Velo Labs, like when we mentioned WADS Pay, right? And I went through and I showed you guys when I was talking to payment cryptos, go back to that episode a couple of days ago, how WADS Pay had specific high-level officers in every BRICS nations, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Asia, right? They're setting it up right now, guys. Right now. So we got to just make sure we're going to be a part of that. Let's see here. Flare Network. I do think Flare Network is going to be good. They just got their DeFi going. I'll make sure I get this question. We'll get back to AMP. I'm sorry. I know I did that in a weird manner, how I answered these questions. But let's go look at Flare right quick. Oh, my mouse. Okay, DeFi Llama. We're going to bring it up here. So Flare's hitting at around I think it's 3.4 cents. It was only as high as 7 cents. It hasn't reached it hasn't had a bull run yet, right? It has the side chain Songbird, how Polkadot has Kasama. Flare has Songbird, okay? But the thing that's kind of intriguing to me, if we come over here and we look at the DeFi, as soon as this loads, here we go. We'll see that Flare's DeFi has been kind of active the last 2 months, right? Okay, so they're on Panaguin. But I thoroughly expect them to be in some more places coming up pretty soon. And once this DeFi starts rocking, that's when the price starts rocking. That's exactly when the price starts rocking. If we want to go over here and look at the price history, Flare. Come on. Come on, coin market cap. It's moving a little slowly today, but that's okay. We'll weather through it. Okay, let's try it this way. I know it's one of the ones I've recently looked at. Okay, we'll just do it like this. Flare, coin. Okay, and now it finally shows up. Oh man, that's comical. Let's go. So I think Flare was as high as 7 cents. And that's when they finally released the airdrops or whatever. And let me close some of this stuff down. We fairly established that BlackRock has a link to the presidency, no matter if it's a Democrat or Republican. So who's really in control? Is it the president that's only there for 4 years, possibly? Or is it BlackRock, who, no matter the president, no matter who the president is, they just happen to hire somebody who's on under BlackRock's control or BlackRock's purview. It just seems to me that BlackRock's the one that's actually running things. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So yep, it was about as high as 7 cents here. I guess the airdrop happened towards the beginning of the year. Now it's chilling at 3 cents. Let's see, its supply is, if this is its total supply, is 100 billion, which is a lot. Um, but like understand that this was like with this was in league with like XRP. People who held XRP got airdropped this. So I'm thinking that Flare will be a part of the next great money reset. Their goal is to kind of have things be interoperable with them. So if they can achieve this goal, um, we can definitely expect it to be up. And you can see here they're already in a whole bunch of people's portfolios, like big hedge funds, DCG, which they used to be really mean something, but with their money issues, not so as much as what they used to. Galaxy Digital portfolio, Kinetic Capital portfolio. Here you can see DeFi 2.0. So we will see DeFi money here in Flare. So it's just a matter of time. Now, with this huge supply, how much is it going to take it to move? It might take a little bit, but I think we'll get there. Like, for instance, I think Crow's supply is huge too, crypto.com. And they have their own blockchain. The Kronos blockchain which is built on Cosmos. I remember them having a big supply too. We'll just double check it here. Okay, 30 billion. So not as big as I thought there, but still kind of big. Only coins I can think of that have huge 100 million supplies are XRP, or 100 billion, excuse me, 100 billion supplies. XRP is 100 billion. Flare is 100 billion. Cardano and Hedera are around like 45 billion, 50 billion. So there's that. But yeah, I think Flare is going to do good. And I like that they have their DeFi up. Let's go look at Songbird, because that might give us some idea of how much could be locked into. There we go. Could be locked into Flare at some point. So Songbird had about 46 million in it. They're on Panaguin, Oracle Swap, and Enosis. So we could probably see Flare being working with these other two, since they're already on Panaguin. We could probably see Flare on these pretty soon. What's up, Kid Graybo? What's up, Generation Recon? And let's see here. Is AMP dead? No, I don't think AMP's dead. Excuse me. It's another one of those payment cryptos. Now, all of those payment cryptos, that segues us really, really good. All of those payment cryptos have like 100 billion supplies. All of them. So that kind of lets you know what XRP was meant for, right? It was really meant for payment. That's why it has that 100 billion supply. XRP, 100 billion supply. Who else did we say? Flare. AMP also has this 100 billion supply. So, okay, 99.4 billion. So basically 100 billion, right? We can go look. Stronghold has this supply, but seeing as how AMP was Winklevoss twin, it's kind of Winklevoss twin backed. they don't directly say that they have a piece of this company, but since it's like a pseudo stable coin of or a pseudo payment coin of the Gemini crypto exchange, you could say that they have some backing with this. AMP is not dead. And I thoroughly expect it to be one of the ones that get back to 10 cents during the next bull run. Look at that. Last bull run. So it went up to 3 cents from like 0.005. So sitting here at 0.0037. Oh, it's juicy. It's juicy. So how many times can this double? So you get back to 0.8, you've doubled your money. And then from 0.8, if you get to 1.6 cents, you've doubled your money again. So that's 2 doubles. Then you get from 0.16 to to 3.2 cents, you double it again. And then you get 3.2 to 6 cents. So you could possibly double your money 4 times with this coin. How long will you have to wait? Quite possibly you might have to wait until the next bull run for it to really, really kick off. But hey, if you can quadruply double your money, where is that thing that we were looking at yesterday? Okay, there we go. So check out the doubling video for more stuff on it. I'm not going to get too deep into it right now, but I just want to use this as an idea of like, okay, what happens if you quadruply double your money? So that means you can go from $4 to $64. Quite nice, right? But of course, if you put $128 in there, you go from that to $1,000. Quite nice. Quite nice. That's if it gets to what, six something cent. You've like you get to that point if you put in $100 and something in. Quite nice. Quite nice. And I think I did that correctly. I went down 4 spots. Yeah, I think that I did that correctly. XLM Lobster Wallet has that money grant option on it. Yes, because Stellar's one of those ones, man. Stellar's one of those ones. Again, where do we have Stellar? Yeah, Stellar's one of those ones, right? And we just got through talking about Velo. Velo is a Stellar-backed money payment system. So Velo is Stellar-backed. And what do we know about Stellar? Stellar is on Crunchyroll, guys. Stellar joined the commodities, the U.S. commodities. Hold on, it'll come up here. The U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission. So they're a member of the U.S. Futures Trading Commission, Commodities Futures Trading Commission. So is this a crypto we need to worry about? Nope. This crypto is on the commission that determines commodities. So naturally, they're going to be fine. Oh, are they the only crypto that's on that list? No, they're not. So is Uniswap Labs. Is Uniswap Labs something we probably need to worry about? Nope, we don't need to worry about that. And then we have Coin Fund and someone else. But and who comes back up again? BlackRock. Traditional finance giants, including HSBC, Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock, are also represented on the 36 member committee. So, who really runs America? Is it the D's and the R's? Is it the Democrats and Republicans? No, it's BlackRock. And of course, that's why their CEO is a board member of the World Economic Forum. Just makes sense. If BlackRock's running the US and the World Economic Forum is running the world, well, you have the leader of the US, BlackRock, sit on the board of advisors. That's just how it works. So that's how that works. Um, yeah, Stellar is one of those ones that you're just not going to need to worry about. And then we could go into the whole thing about how Stellar, XRP, and some other things were choices of possibly being the next world reserve currency. We could say that as well. And of course, we know that they're ISO 20022 compliant. So Stellar, Stellar. Is there a list of all the cryptos targeted by the SEC? In your opinion, when will the SEC, when the SEC loses their case against XRP, will all of the tokens targeted by the XRP rocket? Okay. Specifically, Stellar will, because Stellar tends to move in unison with XRP. Not always, but it tends to. So I do believe that XRP will. Um, so I'm sorry. You asked about the ones that will rocket in unison with XRP, and Stellar will. It moves pretty in unison with XRP. XDC kind of moves with it as well. You can see here both of those on the day chart. The 50 has crossed the 200 EMA. That's the golden cross. So that means they're bullish. And I don't have XRP up here for some reason, or I'm sorry, I don't have XLM up here for some reason, but you would see the same thing there. So yes, I think all ISO 20022 cryptos will move as a result of what happens there. But the one that I can say for certain, uh, you can't say anything for certain, but the one that I think is most likely to move with it is XLM. Put it that way. And the patrons do have a list of all the ISO 20022 related cryptos. They do have a list on that. Where is the Coinbase one? Oh, I just keep passing it, I guess. This is really frustrating. Sorry, guys. Trying to find a certain XLM chart, and it's just not going my way here. There we go. No. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so you can see here, I guess this one isn't as bullish as the others, but it looks pretty similar. Um, Let me just save this indicator for a second. Oh boy. Let's go to the next question. I'm delegating Flare to get the monthly distribution. 35 months left. Nice. Very nice. Financial institutions, governments want to control the on-off ramps of crypto. They want to remove the middlemen and as much competition as possible and use the laws to do it. I agree. I agree. However, at the same time, I think too. I think too that they have a lot of DeFi things that you're trying to get into place. Like we can come over here and look and see. Um, like there was always a thought, and they always made the thought like DeFi is so much of a threat to banks that it will not be around. And that thought should have always been like ridiculous because Ethereum has like over $30 billion sitting in DeFi. And we know, and I've told you on the show before how much uh, Ethereum is connected to JP Morgan, right? Um, so they're not letting that DeFi money go anywhere. But like you said, they're gonna regulate the on and off ramps to it. But it's like shout out to King and Zay, something that they always say. It's like whack a mole. They like there's no particular way they're gonna be able to control every time somebody pops up another DeFi platform. They can't do it. They don't have enough people to do that. So I think they'll try to control on and off ramps as much as they can, but there's only so much they can do. But the whole blatant lying where they're like, North Korea is using this for blah 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 blah, and maybe North Korea is doing that, but just the same way that North Korea is doing that, people like FTX were doing that too. And we don't have to go into all the different ties that FTX had, including with Gary Gensler, right? So a little bit of that is definitely, or a lot of bit of that is misdirection when they use the news agencies that they control to put this big old thing out that they're coming after DeFi. A lot of that, in my eyes, in my estimation, is misdirection. Just the same way they have Jim Cramer come out and say, "Oh, this bank is fine," and then in 2 months, the dang on bank like fails. It's misdirection. It's misdirection at its highest level. Thank you, Stan, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Were you able to find out further information on Quasar on osmosis? I forgot all about Quasar, by the way, but um, I let's go pop it up because I think they have very high APYs, and I was meaning to put some money over there because you can compound really well if you can do stuff like that. Um, yeah, let's bring that up, shall we? It's taking a little while. My apologies here. There we go. Now I'm willing to bet that the APY has gone down because last time we looked at this, it was like very, very new. I'm sure people have found out about it now, and the APY has probably gone down some. Let me close up some things. Close that up here. Did it open it 3 times? Okay. Oh, come on, Quasar. Don't take forever. I remember we did this last time we were in here. Okay, you can see the APY did go down a bit. I believe when we were in here before, it was at like 46. It's at 43 right now. Yeah, I would try to take advantage of it while I could. Yeah, especially if it's supposed to be shooting. If it shoots back out osmosis for this is a really juicy. Um, and we did see that a lot of people, the people that should be following this, seem to be following this. Cosmos, right? Interchain Comms Council, even the CEO of Upwork is following it. So got some people there that seem to know what they're doing. And then we come over here. A lot of Cosmo heads, it seems. Yep. So yeah, man. Appreciate the super chat though. I really do. Need more of those. Where is this? Are we frozen? What? Oh, this is from yesterday. Yeah, I would take advantage of that APY while you can, man. Yeah, I think all of these tokens, all of these ISO tokens will be targeted. As a matter of fact, today we did have a rush in Next Era today. Look at that. Went up to 8 cents right quick. Let's go to the hour. So I'm not sure if Next Era has some news or something, but it kicked into high gear over here. So let's see if we can find and see if Alliance Block has some news. I can type. There we go. Today, we open doors for a new ecosystem and initiatives we hope to see thrive. Oh, they added support for Arbitrum. Anyone can now launch or participate in capital raising rounds leveraging the Arbitrum network. Very savvy move there. Adding Arbitrum support. That was smart on their end. That was really smart on their end. I was just trying to retweet, and it makes me do that. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I think we answered that question, Stan. And again, thank you for the super chat. All right, so that's all I wanted to hit you guys with today. Thank you guys so much for what's up, Crypto John? What's up, bro? Man, we got to do a collaboration. I know I couldn't catch that last collaboration with you and Dion, but hit me up, bro, on Twitter, and let's get something set up, bro. That'll be nice. At Blackrue, by the way. Definitely check out my man Crypto John's channel. He goes heavy on Arc Block. He goes heavy on a lot of the tokens we talk about. My man does good work over there. Yeah, give him a look see. Yeah, bro. So yeah, let's get that going. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out, guys. We'll get back at it here on I think we got Tuesday. So thank you guys so much for coming out. Have a good one, guys. Peace.